All right, Brendan, thank you. In a stunning rebuke, Republicans in the House of Representatives refused to take up an anonymous Senate bill that would have ended the longest funding lapse in U.S. history, extending the government's partial shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. Frustration is growing over hours-long security waits at airports as travel break kicks into high gear. Brian Abel has the latest from Washington.
A whirlwind 24 hours in the DHS funding fight. Amid chaos at the nation's airports and pressure from President Donald Trump,
they need to end the shutdown immediately.
The Senate, in a rare overnight session, unanimously voting to fund most Department of Homeland Security agencies.
Senate Democrats were clear. No blank check for a lawless ICE and Border Patrol. This long overdue agreement funds TSA, the Coast Guard, FEMA, CISA.
But House Republicans refusing to get on board are putting up their own DHS funding bill, setting up another clash with the Senate and extending the department shutdown.
We're not going to risk not funding the agencies that keep the American people safe.
The political stalemate in Washington, stalling security lines at most major airports around the country.
And this is ridiculous.
It really is as bad as they say it is.
Travelers left waiting at some TSA checkpoints for 4 or more hours as agents called out sick or quit altogether after going unpaid since the start of the shutdown more than 40 days ago.
Unfortunately, people are having to quit because it's just not sustainable. So the bottom line message is figure out a plan.
But even if the legislation does clear Congress and is signed by the president, it will take time for TSA to get back to full strength. In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
And as the funding battle continues on Capitol Hill, President Donald Trump directed his newly installed DHS chief to swiftly pay TSA agents with funds from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act passed last summer. But it's still unclear if and when this order will go into effect and if it will be enough to get TSA workers back on the job.
We're coming up on a fun event this weekend that we participate in every year at Fox 10. Of course, we're talking about the Cajun Cook-Off downtown at Cathedral Square. It is tomorrow.
Yes, it's such a fun event, great food, all for a great cause. And that's where we find our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith. You know, you've been talking about this all week. Good weather is planned for this weekend. Jason, is that still the case?
It is still the case, Shelby Lanice. We're expecting great weather, and we're getting ready for it now. This is Friday evening here. We're at Cunningham Bounds. They're doing their prep. They're testing out their dishes here. So we're getting already an idea of what they're going to be serving at the cook-off tomorrow. And this is a fundraiser to benefit the Child Advocacy Center. It's from 10 to 2 in Cathedral Square in downtown Mobile. Come on down on Saturday. If you don't have tickets now, you can get them when you're down there, and it's great food and a great time with live music, good weather too. Let's look at what we're tracking here. One concern, the weather is so good that with that breeze picking up tomorrow, we have a red flag fire weather warning. Burning is not advised. The relative humidity around 20%. Winds will be between 10 and 15 miles an hour, gusting to 30 tomorrow. So we will see some gusty winds out there, and this is coupled with dry conditions. We have drought conditions across the area. We are looking at a moderate drought over parts of the area, with the areas in the darker orange and severe drought. It's even a severe drought there in the areas in red, and a definitely a significant drought. That's an extreme drought actually in the areas in red. So bottom line is it's dry. Over the next 10 hours, if you've got evening plans, it's unseasonably warm right now. It's really not going to get cool until later tonight. And then later tonight, we will see the temperatures dipping down into the 60s. So we will have some cooler weather. Here's the weekend in a nutshell. 75 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday. Right now, it's about 85 degrees here at Cunningham Bound. So we expect to see about a 10-degree temperature drop on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to feel a little better this weekend. Also, we could see some raindrops next week. We'll look at that possibility in your forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you, and we are looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Also happening this weekend is Operation Clean Sweep. If you're in need of tossing some unwanted appliances, scrap metal, tires, household items, you can take care of that spring cleaning by dropping off your items at 813 Hubert Pierce Road in Mobile. If you want more information on all of this, just go to our website, foxntv.com.
Gas prices are technically down today. You might not notice that difference. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of regular is $3.98.7. Yesterday it was $3.98.8. So yes, that's why I say technically prices are down. That will likely change. Brent crude oil hovering at around $110 a barrel this morning, an increase from yesterday. Overall, gasoline is up $1 a gallon compared to when before the war with Iran started. Want to get you updated on the traffic situation. Not seeing any major issues out there coming and going from Baldwin and Mobile counties. It is still early. A lot of people not yet starting their weekends. Of course, we'll have another check for you coming up later tonight.
Well, the 6th annual boat show on the Bay is happening this weekend at Battleship Memorial Park. This year's show features around 200 boats, plus electronics, apparel, motors, and anything else you could possibly need to help you get on the water. Event organizers say there's something for everyone, and the biggest day of the show is going to be tomorrow. The boat show is now open and runs through Sunday. For more information on hours or ticket pricing, you can just visit our website, fox10tv.com.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Happening right now, car lovers from all over the country are packing the Gulf Coast for this year's annual Orange Beach Invasion. The car and truck show has become one of the most anticipated in the nation. Fox 10's Stephen Moody is taking you down there.
Orange Beach Invasion has become one of the most anticipated car and truck shows in the country, and it's once again back for its 10th year at the Wharf. The event is celebrating 10 years after drawing more than 78,000 people in both 2024 and 2025. And former competitors and their vehicles are back.
I have my 23 Gladiator, Miami Jeep theme going on here. She's full of lights, speakers, very wild and crazy. It's a good show. It actually means something. You have to be approved to get in this show, so it's not just any random thing. It's a higher class. Good people, good location, good vibes. It's fun.
It started with the detailing station where these cars and trucks got nice and clean, but there's so much more happening this weekend, including an after party Saturday night. Then on Sunday, judges will pick the best of the best with awards, and it's all a friendly atmosphere.
Oh, it's definitely full of friends. I mean, people you don't even know you'll be friends with. If anything goes wrong with your vehicle, they'll come help you. You know, I've had batteries die at shows. They're right there to help you out. So everyone helps each other for sure.
And for those competing for the first time, vets have this advice.
We all start from the bottom and just work your way up, and one day it'll just explode. So just keep doing it for fun, though. Don't take it seriously, that's for sure.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Wow, okay. Still ahead on Fox News at 4, World Backup Day is next week, and we're not just talking about saving your pictures. A new Gemini update is letting you back up your AI chats. Yeah, even from ChatGPT. We'll talk about how that works, plus a warning from the BBB in yourdaily.com. Then a judge and a defendant have a viral he said, she said debate. Oh, this is something, you gotta see it. We'll have the video in today's Take a Look at This. But first, let's take a look outside. We've got our camera pointed to that boat show we've been talking about. You know, Jason was there yesterday, and today we've got this live view for you as they are getting ready for that event. If you go down there, be sure to upload some pictures and send it to us here at Fox 10 News. Thank you for watching the news at 4. Stay close.
Gulfstream.
World Backup Day is coming up in yourdaily.com while you want to start that process now. How many times have you reached for your phone to pull up those pictures from the good days? Your wedding day, the moment you caught a fly ball, or when your son or daughter first learned to ride a bike without training wheels. Smartphones and computers are great at compiling memories and taking you for a walk down memory lane. Now imagine you're in the middle of that stroll and all of a sudden the phone shuts down. Here's the reality. Smartphones are basically computers. We bank on them, shop on them, and store memories on them. But according to the National Cybersecurity
Cybersecurity Alliance. While most people want to protect their data, 5% say they're just too busy. That is, until something goes wrong. The Better Business Bureau says it's easier than you think to miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity when a phone unexpectedly powers off or to lose a crucial email because of a laptop failure. World Backup Day is meant to help with that. The BBB recommends the 3-2-1 rule. 3 copies of your data on 2 different storage types, with 1 copy kept somewhere off-site. Think cloud storage plus an external hard drive. It's also important to keep your software updated. That can help prevent crashes and seeing that dreaded blue screen on your computer. And because we are busy, set a weekly reminder to back up your devices so you don't permanently lose your data when those crashes do happen. Your future self will be grateful. And don't forget your smartwatch, streaming stick, and smart appliances. Basically, if it connects to Wi-Fi, it counts.
It counts, so back it up. And World Backup Day is March 31st. It's not just for pictures and files people are saving. Google's Gemini is rolling out an update that lets you back up your generative AI chats. And not just conversations in Gemini, but also for ChatGPT. You can find that information on fox10tv.com.
Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith here at Cunningham Bounds, getting ready for the Downtown Cajun Cook-Off, which is tomorrow from 10 to 2 in Cathedral Square. It's an opportunity to raise some money for a great cause, the Child Advocacy Center, and we're getting ready with some good food right now. I've got Steve and Nicholas here with me from Cunningham Bounds, and you guys have been the primary sponsor, the presenting sponsor for this event the entire time, and we really appreciate it. Why this particular charity?
Well, they do such great work here in the city and trying to break the cycle of abuse, and so they really take care of people that need taken care of, the innocent that need a voice and need somebody to take care of them. That's what they do.
Now, you guys y'all got a little something special up your sleeve with the cooking tomorrow. You brought in some experts.
We have. We've been cooking for 10 years, and this year we decided to change it up a little bit. We've teamed up with the Davidson High School Culinary Group. And so we're buying their materials, buying their food, but they're actually doing the cooking and the serving. And so that helps them as well. And shout out to Noel Broughton, who's a restaurateur in town, and he's helping them do that. And so it's been a great collaboration.
And if folks have never been to the Downtown Cajun Cook-Off before, what can they expect at the event?
Well, first, beautiful weather, so you get credit for that.
Every year it's been beautiful.
Every year. And so we have 23 teams, and so they will be cooking 23 different dishes. And so you can walk around, you get, as much samples as you want. You go as many times as you want. So it's a lot of really good food and some cold beverages and a band and just a lot of good time. You'll see a lot of people and it's just a really fun day.
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully you guys can make it down to this great event at Cathedral Square tomorrow from 10 to 2. You can get tickets at the gate. Let's talk weather, and as Stephen was talking about, we expect great weather, and we're going to see it. Here's a look at what we're tracking. We've got temperatures for highs in the 70s on both Saturday and Sunday. Right now it's a touch warm, but it is going to be substantially cooler this weekend, but not cold. Very comfortable, mid-70s for the cook-off tomorrow. The pollen will remain high. Unfortunately, we don't see much in the way of rain over the next 3 or 4 days, so that will be something you'll continue to have to battle. In Pensacola tomorrow, we'll start out with temperatures around 60 degrees in the morning. We'll end up in the 70s in the afternoon with a good little breeze out of the north at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 30, and we do have a very high fire danger tomorrow. Outdoor burning is not advised, so keep that in mind. If you have evening plans, we're going down into the 70-degree range by mid to late evening. It's going to be a very comfortable evening. There's that fire weather warning. It's for all counties in the area as a reminder to avoid any type of outdoor burning. Satellite radar picture right now, we've got a sunny afternoon. There will be very few clouds with this front that comes through tonight. We could see, as we go through the next several days, a gradual moistening up. We'll have some drier air on both Saturday and Sunday, but you can see some showers starting to fire off over into Louisiana on Sunday. Maybe a stray shower as soon as Monday, and next week we're going to see on and off showers in our area. We're going to start getting into at least a scattered shower pattern, and that will continue through the middle of the week and possibly into the end of the week. Morning lows will be a touch cooler to the north. That front will come through the inland areas first. We'll be at around 50 in Grove Hill, 54 Calvert, 52 in Chatham, 58 in Mobile. And then here's what we're seeing for the next few days. Our highs will be in the mid-70s on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be in the upper 70s on Monday. No rain through Monday, but we'll see some showers next week. Downtown Cajun Cook-Off forecast, we are calling for temperatures in the mid-60s at 10 o'clock, and we'll be warming up into the mid-70s by the latter half of the event with plenty of sun. In our 7-day forecast, look at those rain chances on there. That's new. The last time we got any measurable rain was March the 12th. So this may be an opportunity to do some catching up with some showers in our area, although the chances will be scattered. We'll talk more about that coming up later on here on Fox 10 News at 4.
All right, Jason, we will check in with you a little bit later on. Right now, a baffling he said, she said moment between a judge and an allegedly driving defendant is going viral.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Let's just go to Jeremy Roth. He has it in today's Take a Look at This.
Watch a judge berate a woman for allegedly driving whilst attending a Zoom court hearing.
You cannot be driving, ma'am.
Despite her insistence, she wasn't.
I'm not driving.
Video from Michigan's 33rd District Court shows the woman log on to the virtual video hearing, which, according to WDIV, was a case involving a claimed debt. The judge immediately halts the proceedings, telling the defendant she can't be driving while on the Zoom call, and that's when the fun begins.
I'm not driving the car, but I will have my driver pull over. But hang on 1 second.
Checks rear view.
Am I crazy, or does it not look like you're driving that car?
I'm not driving the car. I'm a passenger in the car, sir.
Keeps eyes on road.
Now you're lying to me, right?
Then the judge plays his ace.
Let me see the driver.
Oh, it's awkward. It's awkward. It's awkward.
Hang on 1 second.
No.
I have to ask their permission.
And it goes on like that. But eventually the judge has heard enough, and as the woman appears to climb out of the vehicle,
Do you think I'm that stupid?
he renders a default judgment against her, marking her as a no-show and saying she lied to him. The video has since made the rounds online, where social media users did what they do best, levying their own judgments on the surreal situation. And even though the judge was seemingly convinced, I'll reserve my own judgment and instead simply say what my teenage son would say if he saw it. Bruh. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Oh, Jeremy. When we come back, we're recapping some of the big wins from the iHeart Music Awards. We've got your entertainment news, and it's coming up next.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Monday.
A big night for Swifties and Taylor Swift herself, taking home 7 awards at the iHeartRadio Music Awards last night.
Congrats, congrats. They include Artist of the Year, Pop Album, Pop Song of the Year. 7 wins, bringing her total number of iHeartRadio awards to 41.
The award ceremony was held at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, and I saw something on her and Travis, and
their first appearance, right?
Yes,
as a married couple.
Yes, engaged. I don't think they're married yet. I think it's all secret.
Is it? I don't know. I think they pulled Tom and Zendaya.
Yeah. She gave him a big old smoochie-roo, and they caught that, and then she
what's that again?
Smoocheroo. And they caught it on cam, and I think he kind of whispered back, "I love you." She said something about the album being uplifting and happy because of him, her fiance, and so sweet little moment there.
Yeah, it was a neat. I caught maybe 2 minutes of it, and it was when I think her name was Alyssa Liu, the figure skater. She was doing the introduction, and you could tell it meant so much to her to be able to present that award to Taylor.
It's really cool.
Yeah, congrats. And Miley Cyrus, you know, she also has something to add to her resume. The 33-year-old receiving the Innovator Award during the iHeartRadio Awards last night. iHeart saying that Miley was selected because, you know, she has an undeniable imprint on music and pop culture.
She was also praised for her humanitarian efforts. Cyrus is a 3-time Grammy winner, and her most recent studio recording, Something Beautiful, was released last year. And that's kind of funny that both Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus getting those awards, because those are two of my childhood icons, you know, on both sides of it. Country, Taylor starting country, Miley and pop, and Hannah Montana, the show.
So Miley Cyrus didn't start in country? I always kind of thought that she did.
Kind of, but it was more pop because she had the show.
Okay.
That's where she started her singing career, and that was pop. But then she had like a little do-si-do country song. She's done stuff with Dolly. She's done everything.
Yeah.
She's multi.
I think she deserved that award. I really do. She's done a lot of good things. Okay, so a new home for the Academy Awards. Did you know?
I did not. David Daniel has this and more entertainment news in today's Hollywood Minute.
The Oscars are leaving Hollywood. Beginning in 2029, the Academy Awards ceremony will move from the Dolby Theater on Hollywood Boulevard to the Peacock Theater in downtown LA, where the Emmys and other events have taken place recently. 2029 is also when the Oscars will begin streaming on YouTube. Amanda Peet says she almost didn't have a choice in writing her recent New Yorker essay, revealing she learned she had breast cancer as her parents were both dying.
Maybe because my parents weren't religious, or so I almost feel like it was maybe a way to mark what was happening somehow, or cope with what was happening. But I didn't really have any strategy or anything. It just kind of happened.
I had zero context for what I was about to get into. And as
Project Hail Mary star Ryan Gosling has a new project. Variety and Deadline report he's teaming with the Daniels, directors Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, on their first film since their Oscar-winning Everything Everywhere All at Once. No title or description has been released, but Universal says production is set to begin in LA this summer. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Saw Project Hail Mary, and it was such a cute, it's a family movie.
Okay.
So Ryan, in his press touring, he's been saying, my wife and I were looking for something that would kind of be like an E.T. movie, right, where the whole family can go see it, and decades later people will be talking about it. And I think it got really, really close.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
Really,
people
really
say
close.
it's good, and it's
liked
kind of a shocker, like they weren't expecting necessarily for it to be as good as it was, and boom.
Oh, okay. I kind of had expectations because it's Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah. I guess they didn't put a whole lot of support behind it. I didn't know about it until it's out now.
Really?
Maybe that's just me, but
okay.
I'm not a movie guru. So
That's true.
It's probably just me.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we're going to take a look at the big breaking stories headlining your news at 5.
And we've also got this.
What's happening now is it's kind of getting harder to actually go to the government and get help with these changes.
Debt collection complaints are going up and up. New data showing they're piling, in fact. Next, how to check your credit report and what to do if you see a problem.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
We've got our crews working behind the scenes on your breaking news updates for when we join you at 5.
First, part 2 of the sentencing against Thomas Jr., the man who pled guilty to murder and assault after a mass shooting on New Year's Eve on Dolphin Street. Thomas giving an apology today in court. More on that and his upcoming sentence next.
Also, we've got an update from Silicon Ranch. The Nashville-based company plans to build a solar farm in Stockton, and they say they plan to have a town hall. We'll have the discussion at 5. And with the Cajun Cook-Off being tomorrow, we're highlighting one of the youngest teams to compete, with an entire community backing them up. You'll want to join us for your most local news at 5 in less than 20 minutes.
And we are expecting excellent weather for the downtown Cajun Cook-Off. We're getting ready for it right now with Cunningham Bounds. We're at the firm right now here off of Dolphin Street, and you can see the crews are getting ready. And what they're doing is they're preparing for tomorrow by testing out dishes and getting organized. This is a tradition to have a party, a preview party, just before the main event, which will be from 10 to 2 tomorrow in Cathedral Square. And you can come on down, get a ticket at the event, and that gives you an opportunity to sample a bunch of food. If you pay for a ticket, the food's free after that, and there's also going to be live music. So come on down, enjoy some great Cajun food, and raise some money for the Child Advocacy Center. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Fox 10 will be there. Here's a look at your weekend forecast, and we're expecting a little bit more comfortable weather tomorrow. It's a bit toasty outside right now. We've got middle 80s, but we're thinking 75 on Saturday, 74 on Sunday, and the wind will be picking up some tomorrow too, so we'll have to watch out for that. I don't expect major problems at the beaches tomorrow. The seas will start picking up, but it's really going to happen Saturday night. If you're trying to plan a beach day, Saturday looks good, Sunday looks bad. We're going to see a high risk of rip currents, clouds, and also definitely looking at cooler air temperatures on Sunday down at the beach as well. Right now, it is warm, very warm, mid-80s in a lot of spots. Leakesville, Chatham, Evergreen, West Mobile. But we are about 10 degrees cooler near the coast. We do have 75 degrees in Fairhope and 77 in Pensacola. Over the next 10 hours, our temperatures will drop into the mid-70s this evening and then eventually into the mid-60s late tonight. We'll have some clear skies, but we will have clouds late as a front pushes through. We're concerned about high fire danger tomorrow. It's been very, very dry. Tomorrow, the relative humidity is about 20%, and winds could gust to 30 miles an hour, and that's the recipe for dangerous conditions with outdoor burning. We're not going to see any rain with the front that comes through, but it will bring some dry air in, so wanted to let you know about that fire danger. Rain chances begin to ramp up in the forecast next week. Things look fine this weekend. Close to seeing a few isolated showers on Monday, but by Tuesday this may happen, and our 7-day forecast is showing a real wet pattern next week, or at least the chance of some raindrops. These are scattered showers, and we need the rain in a big way. And it looks like a 30% chance Tuesday, a 40% chance on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be back in the studio on Fox 10 News at 5 p.m. as we take a closer look at the models and the chances of rain for next week.
All right, Jason, sounds like everything is shaping up as it should there. Hyundai says new vehicles are coming in the next few years. A lot of the models haven't been publicly announced. Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Alabama is expected to play a role in producing some of those future vehicles. No new model launches expected for this year. However, we learned Hyundai plans to introduce several new models starting in 2027. The Montgomery assembly plant currently builds the Santa Fe, Tucson, and Santa Cruz. Debt collection complaints to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau are running high. Advocates say recent changes could make it harder to find help. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman is breaking down where the complaints are concentrated and what to do if you spot a problem.
Debt collection complaints can be a real-time window into what consumers say they're experiencing. And a new analysis by the Kaplan Group, based on Consumer Financial Protection Bureau complaint data, suggests a large share of those complaints is concentrated in a handful of states. Dean Kaplan, president of the Kaplan Group Incorporated, a commercial collection agency, says he's watching what's happening at the CFPB, especially around how consumers submit complaints.
The whole idea for this complaint system was try to resolve the problem first with whoever you have the issue with. If that doesn't work, now you can go to the government and they'll help you. What's happening now is it's kind of getting harder to actually go to the government and get help with these changes.
Consumer advocacy groups have also raised concerns about changes they say could add more steps before some people can file certain complaints with the CFPB. That debate, Kaplan says, is happening as debt collection complaint volume has been elevated in recent years. The Kaplan Group says it analyzed more than 630,000 debt collection complaints filed from 2021 through early 2026, with a peak month in September 2025.
The number of complaints tripled to 5x over the last couple of years.
So what can you do if you're worried something is wrong? Kaplan says start with your credit file. You can check your credit report for free at least once a year. He also recommends taking it up directly with the company reporting it and with the credit bureaus, and keep records of what you submit and when.
You're going to get better action by going directly to whoever's reported it on your report than going to the government.
With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
A health alert issued for certain vacuum-packed beef and pork products. The USDA saying that they may not have been properly inspected, and that could mean an undeclared allergen or contamination. Black Queen beef items include New York strip steak, ground beef, stew meat, and steak strips. The production dates on those products are between April 2024 and this month. The Food Safety Inspection Service saying some of the markings have falsely suggested that they were inspected. And again, they're saying that's not the case. The good thing is, so far, no illnesses reported.
The rising use of plastic worldwide is exposing us to higher levels of micro and nanoplastics, which can have an impact on our health.
Microplastics are small, super small, the width of maybe a red blood cell. And these nanoplastics are even smaller. They can only be seen with a powerful microscope, making the plastics difficult to detect with conventional methods. There's a team out in Florida, Florida Polytechnic University. They've come up with a new method.
Yeah, the team developed a modified electrochemical sensor that detects the presence of nano and microplastics using just a drop of water. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for the data to pop up on a smartphone.
And that data can then be quickly shared and used in the field. Research teams earned a U.S. patent and a publication in the International Journal.
And we have investigated microplastic in air, water, and food. And as a human, I consume all these three. And science has demonstrated the presence of microplastic in our human body. And not only that, their side effect on health has been reported by so many countries.
I've always known about the dangers of microplastics and how the environment needs saving, and so just being a part of an initiative to push that type of technology to make a change is really great and feels awesome.
Yeah, the team is working on using the technology to detect other things like testosterone in saliva and PFAS, which is another huge health concern. One New Hampshire mom is taking on the Boston Marathon to keep a promise to her daughter and to shine a light on a rare, life-threatening disease. We've got that story for you next. The Boston Marathon is in less than a month, and one New Hampshire mom, she's ready.
And not only to honor her daughter, who has defeated medical expectations, but to increase awareness about spinal muscular atrophy. Marissa Ticino reports.
Hello, Mare. Can some people meet you? So Mare was diagnosed when she was 6 months old. At the time when she was diagnosed, it was very much a life-limiting diagnosis.
That diagnosis was spinal muscular atrophy type 1. The prognosis was grim. Doctors said they didn't expect Meriden to live beyond age 2.
She eats by G-tube. She communicates with a text, picture, talk iPad. And secretion management is a huge thing for us because her swallow is very weak.
Daily life still looks different, but Mare is making amazing progress. And her mother, Kaylee, says Boston Children's Hospital has played a huge role in that.
They've done so much for us, and even though they say you don't owe them anything or like that's not why they're there, it feels amazing to give back in some way.
Now Kaylee is running the Boston Marathon to raise awareness for SMA type 1, Boston Children's Hospital, and to keep the promise she made to her daughter.
And I found out she would eventually lose the ability to move. I decided that I would move enough for both of us.
Kaylee started training for races after becoming inspired by other families. They got an adaptive stroller and they were off.
In her words, she'll tell school if it's a nice day that she wants to go running. She is so happy to go running. And she loves to tell people that she's run these races with her mom. I've committed myself to moving for her in all the ways. And to have it combine in a way that I'm not only moving, but raising money and bringing awareness and bringing solidarity for these kids is so big.
And I'm sure she'll run a great race. Well, did you know you can watch our newscast, get your forecast, and access to hours of content with our Fox 10 Gulfstream? Ashlyn is showing you how.
The Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app is truly your one-stop shop for all things Fox 10 anywhere at any time. And let's take a look exactly what we have going on here. We have our biggest tabs right here, including our weather, the latest on the Iran conflict, which is updated almost daily. And we have several other options for you as well. Let's go and take a look at what this app is all about. Of course, starting with our weather, that's the biggest one. Our team of meteorologists update this on a daily basis. So again, you can get that anywhere and anytime. Our news tab has our very latest stories that we are working on for that day. And then, of course, In Depth with Sarah Wall is a segment our morning anchor Sarah does every single day, Monday through Friday, live at 9 a.m. And you can see a few of the segments that she has been going through lately. Always a really good story there. Our Studio 10 tab, if you're watching Studio 10 in the morning and you see some delicious recipes or events that stick out to you and you want to learn more, these are also available for you at the click of a button. And one of my favorites here, Unwritten Legends of the Gulf Coast, is a very unique segment to us here at Fox 10 News. Our latest segment, Mystics of Time Dragons, gives you a unique exclusive look at some of the floats that were built for the Mardi Gras season. We have a story about a veteran and his passion for flying. And if we scroll down here, one of my favorites, the SS United States coverage of the iconic historical ship that is currently docked in the Mobile Harbor. We give you a look back at that rich history as well. We also have Investigate TV Plus if you're wanting to learn more about trending topics as well. We have our podcast tab to wrap up today. We have Entrepreneurial Shades of Grey hosted by Danny and Chelsea, and also our Big Friday Kickoff podcast that is put on by Robert and Emily here. Always a great time for those as well. So if you're watching this right now, the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app is very, very easy to download wherever you are. Let's take a look at your screen and see where you can get it. You can get it on your Apple TV, you can get it on your Roku TV, your Fire TV as well, or by visiting our website, fox10tv.com.
Remember, Braves opening day is tomorrow. The team is looking to get its first win against the Kansas City Royals. You can watch that on MeTV, and the specific channels all depend on your provider. We've got them listed on your screen. It all starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. A small family store and the 77-year-old who kept it going, or kept it from his brothers and sisters to get them through school. Oh boy. He kept the store so he could put his brothers and sisters through school. We'll have this story one puzzle at a time. Stay close.
Welcome back. A family-run shop in Hawaii keeps shelves stocked with everything you could need.
And the customers come in for more than the basics. It's been that way for nearly 80 years now.
Wow. Jelani Martinez takes us to Kai's store.
All right, thank you. Enjoy it now.
I will.
Okay, you're welcome.
77-year-old Paul Kai manages Kai's store, which is at the corner of Puainako Street and Kilauea Avenue in Hilo.
The pillow is 22.
Kai's store was created in 1948 and sits on an acre of land that was gifted to Paul's parents. Paul is one of 9 kids and has been working at the store since 1968.
My mother, she wasn't feeling well. I came home in 1968 to help her with the business, and she died in 69. So I told my father at the time that I would work the store so that we would be able to send all the siblings to get their own education wherever they were in the world. And they were all over world.
The walls are covered with puzzles put together by a woman named Trudy Hall.
She would have to travel to Hilo every day for her cancer treatment. She lived about 40 minutes away. And after her treatment, she could go home, but she didn't want to go home to an empty house, meaning that her husband had passed away, her children were grown up. So she would come here, and she would sit and she would do a puzzle. She did 286 puzzles in 11 months. But the real kicker to her, that she was doing the puzzles, people would come in, strangers or people that might have known her, and they would talk stories. They would sing songs, they would pray. And they would say to me, when you see Andy, give her this puzzle. She didn't pay for a single puzzle. And in appreciation, she wanted it up there. She wanted it up there so that when they came in, they would say, hey, I gave Andy that puzzle. It gave them a sense of appreciation, and for her, it gave her a sense of closeness. It made her feel like she wasn't all alone in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kai's store remains to be a place of gathering. Throughout the week, Paul opens a lot for local vendors to sell their products.
So most of my inventories are from vendors that I provide space outside, and they don't work 7 days, so therefore I supply their products for them. And that way they don't lose their customers. So I provide a service, hopefully, beyond just the scope of Kai's store. Because things have changed, and there are some things that happened that I had to evolve and make choices. I'm still able to face the day, and I come here, and at the end of the day, I sleep good. So I'm happy. Thank you.
Expenses. We've got Shelby Myers on the story in the studio now with the latest.
And Shelby, the family wants to bury their loved ones in their home country.
Yeah, that's right, Lenise and Cameron. Aurelia Chalk and their daughters are from Guatemala. The GoFundMe setup is asking for help raising the $30,000 it would take to bring them home for a proper burial. Aurelia, her 17-year-old daughter Nurika, and 2-year-old son Anthony were reported missing from their Theodore home January 31st. Yesterday, the Mobile County Sheriff's Office confirmed DNA found on bodies discovered in a wooded area in Baldwin County a little more than 2 weeks ago belonged to them. Hector Aguetaguera is in custody, charged with their murders. You're looking at video of a growing memorial at their home on Ben Hamilton Road. The GoFundMe was set up by the pastor of the 3 older surviving sisters, or daughters rather, who are in Florida. Bringing the family back to Guatemala, including international transport and funeral services, is a cost the daughters cannot cover alone, they say. The goal is to give their loved ones a dignified farewell, surrounded by family in their home country of Guatemala. We've got the link to the GoFundMe on fox10tv.com right now. FBI, Homeland Security, and the Mobile County Sheriff's Office have all been involved in this investigation. A motive has still not yet been released. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.